Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here today with episode 17 of Mushoku Tensei. So, last episode, we got into quite a little bit of a pickle, right? We saw Paul once again after so long. Like, seriously, how long has it been? At least 10 or so episodes, right? And even more so for Rudy in terms of the in-universe years. How long has it been since Rudy saw Paul again? I mean, it has to be like multiple of years. I'm not quite sure like how many years it is at this point. Maybe 5+, but a long time, right? And then their reunion, well, it did not really go smoothly. I'm not gonna get into it too much. I already said everything I wanted to say in my last episode with my conclusion, as well as in the comments, as with discussing with other people and whatnot. Let's just say that even though Paul does have a point and everything, I actually agree with his point. He is still the absolute asshole in that situation for making things that way, right? And for berating his son, his dear son, that way as well. But in any case, I do believe that this episode we will have I mean, I'm hopeful that they will reconcile and really have a better father and son bonding kind of situation here. I mean, at the end of the day, there's still many people in need and whatnot. Rudy, even though he is a victim as well, now that he's back to human society, he should probably also start out and do what he can do. Or I guess technically his main goal right here is still to bring Iris back safely to her home. So we'll see about that once we get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. I mean, I guess... Oh, this is a flashback, eh? So we're now actually going back to see, like, what Paul went through? Why were these two, like, out or something? Are we gonna have like a full episode describing what Paul's been doing all this time? Was this the village? Okay, it looks like they're fast forwarding through this. Thank goodness. Like I say, I don't deny what he said is correct. I think I think what he's saying is actually quite apt as well. Rudy does deserve a little bit of a wake up call, if you will. It's just it shouldn't have been in that manner, especially considering you know Paul is his actual father. Oh. Is that geese? Yeah. Oh wait, they're actually. Huh. So this is how everything is connected together, eh? Wait, does geese actually realize that what he's talking about is Rudy? Oh, he does know. Well, thank you for being the voice of reason, geese. How do you think they got the spirit to? Who would have guessed? Geese is the voice of reason amongst all this. And more to the point, why does it take geese to come back and say this? I feel like that should just be common sense. For any of those people who saw the entire situation. Right. In all honesty, though, that's probably what would have happened if Rudy did not receive some help from the man god. Alright, so now what? Go to the guild and then. Yeah. I feel like at the end of the day, though, they're probably gonna still have to punch each other a few times. Like, even the bartender can't watch this. Ugh. Right. First priority. He actually did have a few friends. Okay. Nice. So I guess my original assumption was correct. So he's not gonna come back, right? Wait, Paul's only 30? Alright. Hot damn, he's younger than I am. A hug? Oh my god. That is so effing cheesy. But alright. No, but in all honesty, this is how normal people would have reacted. Alright? It's not like, and you know, it's not like they left each other on bad terms or anything. Ugh. Oh, so they talked all the way until the end. Until the end of the day, eh? But he's my dad. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was wondering. He should say goodbye to Norn. So why was... Alright, never mind. I'm still quite curious about, who Geese actually is. Oh, hey, they kind of made up. I was actually kind of still thinking, I guess not hoping, but thinking that they would probably have to have like one final punch on each other before the big reunion. But that works as well, right? Alright, see you guys after this. Alright, so in this episode, we basically accomplished everything that we set out to accomplish, right? Rudy and Paul made up, had their nice little reunion here, and they've also continued on with their travels with a set goal in mind, so now they are going to still escort Eris back to the homeland first, and then, well, I guess they can do it at the same time. Try to look around to find all the other missing people, right? And all that. As for the Norn situation, well, I guess I was kind of expecting for them to still be on not exactly the best of terms, right? Typically in this kind of situations, if we go by the cliche routes of how typical light novels or manga typically go, we're gonna have to get into a situation where Rudy is able to prove his own trustworthiness, and prove that he can help his little sister here, and then that will be the bridge that helps repair their relationship here. Like, I don't know, maybe Norn encounters some trouble in the future, or perhaps it's Paul who encounters trouble in the future, and then Norn needs to rely on Rudy to do something about it. That kind of situation here. So probably still far off into the future. I presume they're not going to meet each other for quite a while now. So we'll see about that. But basically, not too much happened that was out of the ordinary. As I mentioned, I was actually expecting Rudy and Paul to still, get into maybe sort of a shouting match, or at least punch each other a little bit as well, scuffle a little bit before finally, being like, this is ridiculous, why are we doing this? And having the big reunion that we have here, right? But yeah, I guess this kind of works as well. I do think the MVPs of this episode is definitely all the supporting characters, right? Or, as I should say, those who actually have some common sense instilled into them and are willing to utilize that common sense for calling Paul out. Mostly Geese here, right? I'm actually quite surprised that those others did not, speak up to Paul about this situation. I guess Geese is more willing to do so, because on one hand he did travel with Rudy, and on the other hand it seems that, for being able to speak directly with Paul like that, and going off and doing his own thing, I still get the feeling that Geese is not just your normal run-of-the-mill side character, right? He seems important in a lot of ways. Still not quite sure about his entire character or whatnot, but he's definitely one of the big MVPs of this episode, right? Or finally calling Paul out, because what he says is 100% correct. And then of course the bartender, also MVP as well, because I think anybody in that kind of situation is probably also sighing to themselves and being like, why do you guys gotta be like this, right? And yeah, props to Rudy as well, right? Being able to, in the end, recognize the situation for what it was and take the first step into basically making a reconciliation with his father here. Certainly Paul tried to do his part, but we also have to give props to Rudy as well, because this is a stark difference, right, from his previous life. In his previous life, he did not go through the entire process of apologies and making up, and so here he's made a change to actually do that. And see, that is the end result that we have here. Now, to be honest though, I feel like this entire situation is more if I really had to pinpoint the blame on any single person, I would actually blame it on the author, because I really feel like Paul's reputation took an unnecessary hit here, right? Due to this situation. I mean, the guy has been trying to do his darndest to rescue his family and all the others as well. Getting together all the different people. He's kind of in a state of depression and overworking himself as well. And then yet, the makeup scene at the very end there, jumping into the arms and being like, I miss you, breaking down crying and whatnot. That's really what should have happened directly in the warehouse scene last episode. I really, especially since he himself says it, right? He's missed him so much, and that includes Rudy as well, right? Not knowing of their whereabouts, not knowing if they are safe or not, and then I just... No, it's maybe part of the storyline and whatnot, but I just don't really see why it was necessary to make the scene or create the scene this way. It seemed like unnecessary drama that, to me, it doesn't really feel realistic at all. I don't think Paul would have reacted in this way, as the father of Rudy here, right? Even though Paul, sure, he has his shortcomings and whatnot, but I think by and large, from his character that we've seen, from the brief times that we did see of him and his reputation and whatnot, I don't really put him as a character to be this petty and this how can I say, this hard-headed in a sense. I get the pride and all that stuff, right? But that was after they got into the shouting match and whatnot. I'm talking about meeting Rudy for the first time in such a long time and whatnot. I really don't get the feeling that would have been how Paul would react to that kind of situation here. So yeah, I just feel like he's kind of the sacrificial stone in order to make this entire drama situation, to make their reunion a bit more spicy than it could have been or should have been, right? Think about it. What purpose did this conflict actually serve here, right? What is it, just to show the growth of maybe both these characters, of both Paul and Rudy, or I guess more specifically Rudy? Because I feel like the same thing could have been accomplished without all of that. They could have had their touching reunion and whatnot, and then maybe after that, right? After that, whilst they were so they have their nice little reunion here, and then Paul was talking to Rudy, hey, tell me everything that happened and whatnot. And then maybe after Rudy went through his little embellishments and whatnot, then Paul would kind of get aggravated and say, look, we still have so many people missing. Can you please maybe view this situation as a lot more serious and whatnot, and then for that kind of small thing, then turn into this kind of conflict, and then have the entire situation where they need to make up with each other. I feel like that works a lot better than just Paul inexplicably blowing off at Rudy just because, right? I don't know. To me, it would feel much more natural this way. Like, I guess this is a minor nitpick. I just feel that Paul's character really, you know, like I've complained a lot about how I think Paul was in the wrong here, and I think many others have as well. And I just don't think, you know, he deserves this, considering all that he's been doing up to this point. So I really do think the offer did him dirty here. So, but in any case, that is my thought for now. And for the future, well, I mean, they're on their new journeys and whatnot, so I guess we'll just have to see in the next episode, like, what adventures wait after this. They're probably gonna go to new towns, meet new people, continue on their merry way. So, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.